Hey, everybody. Look who's back again. One more day, right? One more day. I can surely make it through one more day. Um, let's hope it's not like yesterday. Here, quick recap. Yesterday, all mayhem broke loose as we had to recalibrate the tin line instead of just, finishing it off like we thought we were going to do. It is now clearly in the lead as far as scale. It is impressive. Look at how dinky aluminum is or lead is, even though lead is doing two different products right here. Like tin just sprawls. Anyway, this is going to cause me problems later, but I have a whole block to address these problems. So even if I have to dump it all in a box, ship it out, and then process it and ship it back, we have plenty of room to do that. So we're just going to put that thought out of our mind for a moment. Appreciate the fact that this is actually working. We've got all the tin plate we could ever want. It's starting to back up a little bit. Just a little bit. Where are the precious cubes? This is the shame area here. And here is where we make the precious cubes. And the material is coming up, and it's going to get down there. We're low on Mabic, which is a big problem. Anyway, what I want to do, because the next thing up is obviously chromium, right? Time to do the chromium correctly. However, before we do this, I want to just kind of interpose a material in that we have been importing filtration media since the Paleolithic up here. And I think it's time to cut that cord. Oh, and the other thing that's going on is we are not oh, he's on his way back. All right, so maybe we broke that loose. Because we are draining all the arthropod blood out of the South factory, we could not use it for organic solvent down south. So we actually ran out of organic solvent, which means no rubber, which means a whole bunch of problems. But whatever. We started importing rubber from the north to the south. That's fine. A little charity is good for the soul. And what I want now is aerogel. Aerogel is the foundation of a lot of stuff, actually. Here, let's look into that. This button. Yeah, aerogel. Aerogel goes into a lot. It goes into low density structure, which is all over the place. I'm going to need a lot of air. It takes 10 aerogel per. Wow. Okay, 2 per. All right. Okay, better. But this is important, and this is super important. It's only used for a red building. Wow. Well, anyway, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make a bunch of aerogel. Anything else? Like, this is what we're going for right now. We have everything but the aerogel. So we're going to be making that, and then this is going to be going into filtration media right here. And that's cellulose. Oh, that's not what I want to see. Is there a better one with no cellulose coming? Like, not that. There are 2 better recipes. One at the next level, and it also uses cellulose. And one at... Oh, this is a replacement. Alright, so there's only one better recipe, and we don't have access to it. So what we have to do is just stick with aerogel. We need it for a lot of stuff. Carbon aerogel, which is, again, used in a lot of stuff. Oh, it takes the entire thing of purified quartz. Wow. Okay, it just seems to be made in buildings. So maybe we'll set this up. Maybe we'll leave this for later. I don't know. What else do we need? Just materials. Lots of stuff. Special small parts. We're actually getting to the point of the next small parts. We're almost there, honestly. I mean, after a whole lot of infrastructure I have to build out. Anyway, let's stop talking about this. Aerogel starts its life with Resorkinol. Got it. And that's a mixer, and then it's used only in aerogel. All right, so we make resorcanol, we make clear RF gel, and this is mixer. Here, let's write this down. Mixer, and then over here to aerogel, then we need more mixer. So mixer times 2, centrifuge. This is the hard step, right? 20-second time. Mixer times 2, centrifuge. And then after that, it's evap, followed by, this is not what we're doing, and then washer. And we want to do this somewhere near acetone. Yeah, so we'll bring in all the materials for this. We make the RF gel. We make the resorcanol. Oh, what's this made in? What's this stuff? What's this stuff? This is a Lovecraft furnace. HP furnace. And you need melamine resin, sodium hydroxide. And this is used in also epoxy. But I don't use this recipe, right? This recipe is not good because it involves collagen, which rots. I use this recipe. It's less efficient, but I don't care because it doesn't rot in between. So this recipe will not be used. So we will only use resorcanol for making aerogel. So that's another mixer, I think. No, it's HP Lovecraft. It's the Lovecraft furnace, then mixer, then stuff. All right, let's go out and start doing this. So mixer, where are you? We have 2 blocks of mixers, and we have to go get more, lots of stuff. Here, let's go get whales, and we're going to make 2 trips to the south. We need to go get whales, and we need to go get windmills. We don't have either. So let's just go do that. And then we'll head north. Just mule this around a little bit. And we'll be okay. Largely we'll be okay. All you come with me. And then I really should have dumped some of my inventory to only make 1 trip. But the trips aren't that long. And so the amount of time spent preparing for a trip must be less than making an additional trip, which is something I'm not sure it would be because I'm not quite that smart about these things. Here, let's put them all in. Let's go get a whole lot of windmills. Bam. Energy drink truly does give me wings. Notice how my feet no longer impact the ground, or if they do, it's at such speed it cannot be captured by even a mighty 60 frames a second. Yeah, this is what we're doing today, right here. This stuff. Let's actually just look at the ratios while we're here, right? Now keep in mind these are Mark 1 buildings, so, okay, never mind, that's not going to matter at all. So resorcanol comes in here, and it gets made at 0.4 a second, right? Okay, so it comes over, and then the resorcanol comes to this building for some reason. Why here? And you eat at 0.1 a second. So we have massively overbuilt this. Great. And so we only really need 1 of these for 4 of these. And then this is 0.1 a second, and then it goes to this guy where it is, this can take 2 of these. Yeah, this does 0.25, 2.5 actually. All right, and then it comes up to be centrifuged, and that's the hard part. No, wait. It gets spit up here, and there it's centrifuged. All right, never mind. Why is it going over to here? Why would this inserter ever exist? All right, so this is 0.1 a second, and these guys are 0.5 a second. So why did I ever do it like this? This was before I paid attention to rates at all, right? So this is 0.5 a second, so 1 of these can keep 2 of these spinning. And then 5 of these can keep one of these occupied. And then one of these, we need 2 of these to keep this guy spinning. And then this goes all the way, and this actually makes the aerogel, right? Yeah. And then, yeah, okay, so here to up here to down here, this is going to be a pretty interesting ratio. We want to get a lot of this stuff, so we got to get it right. Great. Now we have a little idea of what we're doing. I didn't learn anything. I mean, this was the illusion of learning. It's like, yes, I recognize those numbers. Yes, indeed. That's going to be a real pickle, isn't it? And then just run away. The illusion of having confronted the problem. I have seen the rough shape of it. Not even in a 101 context. Just, yeah, I know some of those words. You come with me. You come with me. Now we're ready to go. All right, so I think we have to be by acetone, right? In order to do this properly. And we make acetone somewhere around here, right? Yeah, acetone. And so we either want this square or this square. And I think we do this square first. Oh, we got to get a megadar. Oh, man. All right. Don't whine. Go do it. Go get the megadar. I could have picked it up if I would have had a little more awareness before. But awareness, not really what I do. We want to go over to the military box that we were just by. We were literally just there. And then over, come on, just over here. The military box to steal the megadar. All right, we'll set up one more listening post. Hopefully we don't have the same level of trouble that we had yesterday today. I wonder if there's been some change in how biters operate. That would explain why there's 2 in a day, because 1 in a day, sure, whatever. A low percentage problem cropped up. You can expect that at basically any time. Oh yeah, right there. Pop. All right, better. Much better, please. So right here, I suppose. Could have also refreshed my bots since I lost a couple yesterday. All right, don't think about that. Bad thoughts, bad thoughts. Don't think. Here we have acetone and maybe even microfiber. We'll see how much I make. All right, that's going to be a bit of a trick to get through, but that's going to be all right. Here, we're going to pull you down south. And then I'll yank it up appropriately once I know what I'm doing right here. All right, so riscorinol. That's what we have to do first. So like right here, keeps the general lines. All right, how much of this do we need? Lovecraft furnace, where are you? Oh, did I not? Yeah, there we go. I know I always have a couple. And we have to double the capacity of this. In our mind, we have to double it because these are only Mark 1s. So riscorinol. You're going to get that, and it's going to come in here. So let's try to build a unit, actually. So 0.4 a second. And then you go in a mixer, right? Mixer. And then you make our gel, just some sort of gel. There you go. Then we have to bring in limestone and formaldehyde. So I guess we're going to need another one of these. Perfect. This is exactly where it needs to be. All right, so we need 2 of these to properly size this. 0.4 a second. Oh, wait, that needs 0.8 a second. Excuse me. I was just looking at outputs. All right, never mind. The opposite of what I just said. See, this is what I mean when I say I don't learn anything. I look at the information and I go, oh yeah, that makes sense, and run away. And I comprehended absolutely nothing. So this is enough to keep this happy boy filled. Great. So what do we do next? Centrifuge step. Oh, I didn't pick up any of these. I ran away before doing this step. So I guess it's lucky I even could get those down. All right, so let's grab some more furnaces. Where are you, furnace? We have washers. We got washers now. Furnaces, yeah. Evaps. We have some evaps, but not a lot. So evap right there. Should probably put the classifier back. Classifier is around here somewhere, right there. Classifier goes back. I should get rid of these tailings. I can't just throw them in a bin. There's no waste bin for these. All right, don't think about that either. Washer, evap, fuges. We are undoubtedly going to need more than 10 centrifuges again. All right, we'll be back. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll be back. I haven't forgotten where you are. Don't worry. I will. Why do I have yellow washers on me? Ew. Centrifuges. So right here, I think I said 2 was the magic number. Gel. And then you got to fuge that. And this produces 0.2 a second. This eats 0.1 a second. So yes, that is the correct ratio here. We have made a unit. Congratulations to me. And now we're producing 0.2 a second clear gel, which I think goes in the evap, right? And then the washer. If we're really lucky, no, the evap's last. Goes in a washer now. If we are very, 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 very lucky, if we've been very good boys, this will be a unit I can just copy paste. But let's find out. Gel. That makes soak gel out of the acetone, and you make gel. No, aerogel, aerogel, right there. All right, so this produces 0.2 a second. This can do 0.5 a second. So this can do several of these. It can do 2 of these actually. Here, let's make a unit. You can do 2.5. So if I have all this, then we can do this. Actually, if we do 5 of these, 0.2, I can have 2 of these over, and then that would be balanced. All right, so keep that in mind. It makes 25 a second, and this eats 40 a second. So we are, in fact, in that world. So if this is what we do with our life right here, then this means we can have 2 U's, and that's not balanced. No, not balanced at all. But just looking at this kind of looks like what we're doing, right? Because this will make 50 a second, and this eats 80 a second. It's a real shame. Yeah, it's a real shame it doesn't balance better right here, you know? All right, so I think what we're looking at here is the actual goal. That our exploration of the problem has exposed how this needs to be. I suppose I could just fill this. Yeah, I'm going to fill this entire block. Well, okay. I'm going to make this work because obviously this has no plumbing. And with all the plumbing, it will probably expand to consume this entire city block. And then once that's done, we'll have these 2 over here. And then the aerogel will come here. And if I can squeeze in another line, I will, and then have another block of these, another one of you. It's like this is the ideal state, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle that 3rd washer, you know? All right, let's see if we can make this work. We have roughed it out. Now let's wire it up properly. So, I have fallen out of love with this. So let's pick you up. Put this right there. And then put this right there. There we go. Much more comfy. All right, so we're gonna have to have a line. We're gonna have to have maybe even this is the input for that, and then this guy needs limestone. Maybe everything comes in from one because all that guy needs is limestone, and the restore and all comes right here. So everything gets dropped in here, and that's the one input. That's probably just fine. So you don't even exist. Which means this should undoubtedly go on the other side. We have a lot of space here we can use if we need to. Maybe we do this. Well, So we could do something like that. I don't like that. You could stay light and airy. And put that right there. Then we have this entire other region. All right, stop here. Okay. Oh, hello. Something like this. Oh, I see. And then we just belt it over somehow and then transfer. Okay, that's an interesting idea and it gives us a lot of room to work with. All right, so let's think about that for a moment. Bring this back over here and just lay that down right there. All right, so we're going to try to get you working. So to make this work, we need some things in and out. We need that stuff, and it's going to come in right there, and it's going to be on a double line, probably right here. Yeah, the line comes through right here, and it brings in the physical components. And then this will be like that, and we will bring in, what is that, formaldehyde? Formaldehyde. So we will get the biofluid network on that. Request for me. No problems at all with the biofluid network for a long time. Formaldehyde. Bring it in a large amount. Like that. There you go. No, not like that. Like that. There you go. All right, so that's on the way. And then you just need water. You just need water. And then somewhere around here we need acetone. And so we'll bring down an acetone line from right up there. Right? Like, is this actually? No, this is propene. This is not what we want. It is not Erasmus, the desired beloved. Come this way, my friend. Come this way and leap with me. Come, we shall leap through the hills and the forests like children. We shall know joy in a simple way like we used to. We will remember Christmas morning and aching for our birthday. So, if this is how we are going to arrange our life, then this is the proper way to do it, right? I don't know if it really saves anything. It kind of works, right? Then we got to do this, and then we'll have a line. The line will go right here. Beacon space is in the center, such as declared. Make it a little not a lot difficult, just a little difficult. So right there, and then we're going to have to put in a gutter. Wait a second again. Wait a second again. These have to be doubled because they're Mark 1s. I forgot that thing I said. So this is producing 0.8 a second. This is consuming 0.8 a second. Okay, that changes things. So the actual unit is like this. This makes 0.8 a second when it's Mark 2. And then this eats 0.8 a second. And then, yeah, okay. This is leaving in possibilities of doubling it in one row, right? But I'm not sure if we're going to actually get there. All right, so like that. Because, I mean, we're not that far from being able to make this work, right? Yeah, we are. We're quite far. So that doesn't work in the current configuration, which makes me think it will probably never. Maybe we're looking at this wrong then. Maybe we need to take this, and we need to take that, and just, okay, you guys dismissed. Maybe what instead we need is something like this. Is this going to be better? No. Will this fit more? No, that's not a block. Here, let's get a block together before we start making judgments, right? So yeah, this is just kind of awkward, isn't it? So maybe we just stick with simple. So if this is the unit for Aerogel, we just accept that. Let's build it. Like I was saying before, though, let's build an actual unit. 1, 2, right there. So you're going to come right there, and maybe we use the internal line again. Maybe there's no need to go on an external line at all, because that goes right there and stops, and this produces right there and then keeps going, you know? And then it'll be in and in over here, and then it'll out clear RF gel. So we will need another line eventually, and I guess that goes on the outs or in the insides. Okay. Then it has to be washed. Well, actually, it needs to be stacked, I guess. This is a very expensive junction space-wise, but I should stop caring about that, right? Or at least stop caring prematurely. Because now we can do this, and it looks all right. And we have natural beacon space, and we are going to be using it. Yes, we are, friends. That's in the wrong spot. Right there. Okay. Good. And then water will be anywhere, really. Have a line like this. Just leap over. And we'll have a central water line like this, and we'll keep it going. And that's not a problem at all. And then tailings, unfortunately, you have to do the same thing. We'll put a mushroom up top. So here we have our unit. Not quite. So we have UN and UN and UN and UN. And this is going to be melamine and hydroxide. Melamine, resin, and you are hydroxide. Hydroxide. Right there. Thank you, friends. No, turn it around at least, right? And then that goes in, and you don't need to be programmed at all. This kind of uses our beacon space, though, so let's delineate that. And that's wrong again. The insistence for PyMods to make buildings where you cannot see is infuriating. All right, so there's our unit. And then you guys need here 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There. That'll work. For a long time, that'll work. Great. So we'll power it up. Looks like we don't get to do it this way. All right, we get to do it this way, though. Then we'll need more hands. This guy produces the solid, clear RF gel. Yeah, and then it becomes a liquid here, gets soaked and becomes a, yeah, and then it goes into the evaporator. All right, got it. So then you are out here, I suppose? Is that what I'm doing? No, this is the input. Like so. Or the opposite of the input. The input, what is also the output. Why would you do that? Why would you connect those? Why do you hate beauty so? And then right here, anywhere really. And then you spit it all out right here. All right, so now we're very close to being a unit. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with, huh? And obviously, we're going to have to probably go make some more. Oh, we have beacons. Okay, good. We're going to need a bunch of these. All right, so now, questions, thoughts, queries. That will come over and or out, whichever way that's going, it's going to go that way. Oh, and you need to flip around. And you need to be H'd. And then this goes right here. All right, we have our unit. We can take this, stick it right there, and we can put 5 down. Yeah, we can basically just put 5 down. Grab to there. And it doesn't fully use the space, which is kind of sad, but it leaves lots of, I mean, it really doesn't use the space well. Let's go over it again. 8 a second, 8 a second, makes 2 a second, eats 1 a second, produces 1 a second. So this produces 2 a second, eats 5 a second. So we're producing 10 a second right here. And I, well, that's it. I don't need you. This is producing 5 a second, and this is eating 5 a second. And we're producing 50 a second, and we need 2 evap's. So, okay. There we are. Not a fan of how much wasted space this is. Like, okay, let's keep putting in infrastructure, right? How do I get 3 things on this one belt? How do I propose doing that? That's not going to work at all, friend. Maybe I do 2 belts here. Ooh, Trickus Maximus. Ooh. Oh yeah, I like that. I really like that. Look at this. And then it'll come in and then it'll split. Like here. It'll be like this. And then, yeah, we need another one right here. And then a line will be like this. And then straight in. And then watch this. Watch this madness and magic. And we grab that. And then this goes right here. Oh, look at that. It just leaps right over. Here, we're actually going to put it right there. That is sneaky. I like that a lot. And then, of course, we just emulate the other line. This is how we get the 3 ingredients on one belt line. By being really sneaky about it. That's nice. That's slick. Okay, that's a good solution. So I guess what we have to do now then is shove you down farther and move this right here. We can start talking about bringing in this whale. All of this is misaligned. Right there. All right, so great, kinda. God, this is gonna be. So it's just gonna make it worse, right? What I need to do is grab all this, and then we will pull it over here. And this is the natural place. No, wait, we have to bring one more in. So this is the natural place for it. And we have all this space. And I bet you we can't. No, we can't. We just have this space over here to do something. What do we do with Aerogel? Can we do something with Aerogel? Something interesting with Aerogel? Maybe we just move this stuff over here and just be done with it, right? Like, no more fighting. And we can't do the trick again here because we're doing it right there. All right, that's fine. No more fighting, no more pain. What am I even doing? Is there anything we can build here with this space that we have? Or do we just leave it flexible for something else? I don't know. Well, okay, speaking of leaving flexible for somewhere else, maybe that's the answer here. Okay, stick a pin in that thought. I've got an idea. Let's abandon our principles, ladies and gentlemen. Just pick that up. Go get that for me. This doesn't exist for a moment. Let us completely abandon all of our principles and become monstrous. And we do this instead. You see this, right? You see this with your eyes. You perceive this with your mind. We have to be a little farther south, I think. But the question is, can we then shove this in again? Now, no, not even in this scenario does this work. It hangs off the side. It intrudes upon space for which it should not intrude. Well, I have to make it, if I just get rid of this right here and did something else. But what else would that something? That would cause me more problems. I would need to put this on another belt, which means putting it out on a belt right here, and then bring it over and join it in, and it's just not going to be stacked. Or I could use the other hand here, this hand, right? The bulk inserter. I don't think that's going to do it either. All right, this is... I'm spending too much time thinking about this, but I cannot stop. I am in the grips of Factorio right here. And we cut all this stuff, and we slam it over. And we're going to have to remember I need to leave a via. I can't build a wall, no matter how much I want to. Okay, so we get this right here. And then there has to be a via, and we have to get the aerogel out. So, like doing this, I mean, it's not going to be overwhelming it. Not for a long time, that's for sure. Yeah, and it's got to be like this because of geometry. That great beast. So, here, let's erase all this, except for you guys, except for the infrastructure. Then I have to make some changes. We're going to copy this, and we're going to paste that. Then we're going to come up here, and we're going to paste. Just like that. And then these guys, I want you moving further back. I want you to move exactly forward, exactly where you need to be. Okay. And so, as we proceed to abominate, to take our principles and categorically demonstrate contempt for them. Make it look a little neat, right? There, that's a nice little design. No one will ever see it, though. And then it comes right here, and you guys just kind of dump in. I have to say I don't hate that a lot. I don't terribly hate that. It's not what I'd call good, though. And my dude, why would you do this? Because there's a possible throughput problem, but I'm probably way, way overstating the reality of that. So just don't think about it, right? All right, now, friends. Now, if we do a big H and we put this in, we have plenty of space. Okay, we have won a victory. But, wait a second. Are we forgetting something? Yes, we are. And that thing we are forgetting is, where do we put this stuff? I guess we put that on another line. Like we drag it up and we do our finishing right up in here. Shaded by the bolide, maybe? I don't know. We need a lot of aerogel, and I'm going to do it right. So, okay. So this has to be pulled apart. Because right off the bat, this doesn't work anymore, right? So you just get excised, and you go live over here for a little bit. You got to go live with Dad. And so we have this really, really neat belt that I enjoy so very much, and it's no longer going to serve our purposes. Because I can't feed two like this, right? Or maybe I can. Snake belt? Snake belt, but snake belt precludes beacon space. So no. How I wish I could get these smokestacks out of the way. Just let's pretend. Let's make believe. Make believe that's a Lovecraft furnace, right? There's our proxy. So how do we make this work? Because we obviously want this to be here, and then we want this to be here. But again, that's a Lovecraft furnace. So just imagine. And then this is the primary product out. And in between here is going to be the beacon space. So this comes in here and it feeds that. And then it has to get away. You need to leap like this. Over the beacon space. Over the hills and far away. He swears he will return one day. And then, right here. Maybe even farther back. And that's where these guys come in again. All right. We're spending way too much time doing this, but I'm having way too much fun. This is core Factorio right here. All right, so that gets in like so. And now we have to do our trick. We can still do our trick. Our trick still works. Just not as well as it had before. All right, so, and then beacon are right here. And now we're in beacon space, unfortunately. So this has to come all the way over. All right, and then beacon space looks like it's going to be just fine right here. Assuming I can do this. And then it's like this and this, right? Here, I need better visualizations. So like that. And that's getting, and then what am I getting? No, I've got to be getting out here because this has to come this way. And then you're in and in. And so you can just stop. And then you are out right here. You don't even need a... And then you come this way. Right? Oh, no, there's beacon space right there. Ooh, of course. So yes, that works. So limestone comes in like before. This comes in like before. And then this comes over to here and stops, and then it makes here, and it comes this way, and then you have to put stuff out. Where is your out, my friends? You have to make RF gel. And then RF gel feeds over here. Well, I mean, the answer's kind of obvious, right? Does this work? It doesn't look like it works to me. Because it has to jump all the way out to here. And to do that, we can't use this line. So obviously we have to use this line right here. But, well, maybe we can make it work. Right there. Right? And then we can enter the line right here. And then right here comes up. This is going to leave some space here. I mean, there's where our via is. We found the via. But not, well, I guess we don't even have to put the via there, you know? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you'll see. All right, so this is getting ever more complicated, but so much more efficient. And efficient is virtue. Efficiency is virtue. So right there, Aerogel. And I kind of question whether I'm even going to get to filtration media today, because this is taking so long. It's all my fault, of course, but it's taking so long. All right, there we go. Do I believe in this? I kind of do. This is super complicated for what it is. It's better than a snake belt, that's for sure. And then it works this entire line, and then we need 4 of these guys, which we can definitely supply. I mean, I don't have them on me. I can get them by Tuesday. There's our via. There's our out. Ah. And then all this is kind of madness, right? Do we keep doing this? I think we do, actually. Then we're going to need so many efficiency beacons. All right, so this is working. This is working. This is all working. When it gets out here and we have a line. Okay. I think we're good, right? And a beacon goes right here, and a beacon goes right here. This is a problem, though. This has to not do this quite yet. There. That works. Actually, we can make it look better. Which we should always strive to do. Pretty factories have fewer problems. There we go. And that puts the finished gel all the way onto this line. I don't hate this. And this actually works all the way here. No, not quite. Yeah. This could be a whole lot worse. All right, so now we have caused ourselves problems and solutions. So now we double this, right? Is this actually all done? Except for the staples. And then there's the formaldehyde right there. And then the acetone will be somewhere else. And then we have a via right here. Yeah, I believe in this. And then it will come in up here, shaded by the, sheltered by this bolide. And then we'll just use a little bit of that space down here. Or maybe not even. Maybe we keep it self-contained. All right, ideas flitting around my mind. So this is now more than what we had before. And I can put in one more line. Or I can handle everything down here. And I think I'll probably handle everything down here. Okay, so we're going to be contained. So all of this has to go the other way. All of this has to come up a little bit, I think. Oh, there's a lot of mushrooms I'm going to have to put right there. So we do that maybe. And then we have an input right here. And then we do all our business with the gel right there. and then this will be the actual out. Okay, I believe in this quite a bit. So this produces 0.1 a second, and I have 16 of them, right? So it's producing 1.6 a second, and that's right over here. And so we need 4 of you guys. 1.6 goes into half. We're producing 80 a second. Oh, and that's really tidy all of a sudden, right? No, we're producing 100 a second, excuse me. No, 1.6. 1.6, so it's this, and then cut it in half. Yeah. That's really tidy. And we just make this work somehow. Okay. This is upgraded to actually good right here. And not just what I'm doing. This is actually good. So it's time to make it live, right? Well, we have to wire this up, and then we have to bring in the proper dinosaurs and all that. Okay. I'm actually really happy with this. This is a great design using the space I have properly. And that's really what I'm looking for, just density, because one of these days I'm going to have to just come and just vomph, and be able to do that's very important. So you guys go in the wrong way, have the wrong attitude. So can I just switch you and just V you? So like that. And then just here, you don't even need to be switched out. All right, so what'll have to happen is an uppie right here. And you go up and then you go in. And then it's going to be the same story right here. This is a really good build. This makes me happy. Is that... Oh, am I doing this wrong? All right, okay. Check assumptions again. So this is going to be, yeah. And then you have to come in, on the line. Excuse me. I had forgotten my principles. Does that work? Are we still working here? So we have to come from right there to right there. And then it jumps again. Okay. That makes a little sense. So right there, and then it feeds, and then it jumps over. But wait, that doesn't make any sense at all. Because this is feeding that. What we need is get on this line. No. Okay, hold on. Sudden doubts. We need to get on this belt. This belt right here is the out. Wait a second. How do you get your limestone? It should be coming in right here. But this is not what is coming out right here. This should not exist. This is just wrong. This is the limestone belt. I don't know why those were ever put there. Probably because I've been reworking this over and over the course of this last hour. Okay, so that doesn't exist. Wait. No, it does. Because that is the product out, the rescornol. The resorcanol. Resorcanol. It comes out here, and then it comes to here. But where do you get your limestone, friends? That's your... Oh. Does this not work? Oh dear, it doesn't work, does it? And I don't have enough room to put in another way forward. So this comes in right here, and this gets in right there. And then we have... Wait a second. That isn't needed at all. What am I even doing? These guys go like this. That's how the resorcanol gets over. It's so confusing. Yes, I know. Yes, I will get you power. Yes, I know. Yes, I will get you power. No, not like that. Why is all of this determined to be ugly lined? Look. Oh my god. Oh, it's hideous. Oh, it's just so hideous. All right, so this does not do what I think it does. This doesn't exist. So that center line is still serving the old purpose. And that's leaping in. It means we have to get it over again, but that's fine, right? So we just do this. And then straight in, right? Yeah. All right, so then it's like that and like that. And we just pretend like this was what we were doing all along. And we never had anything else in our minds. Like that. What did I even pick up? I picked up the entire thing. All right, don't do that. Just do it by hand. Yeah, right to there, and then right there, and then right there, and then right there. That's how the limestone gets in. And then the resorcinol comes here, and then we have just an outline, and it goes into the next area. Great. So that's the material into this. There's the additional material in right there. The formaldehyde comes in on the center line, I guess. Even though I really should be doing a mushroom down the center. Yeah, I guess we change our mind. This should happen like this. Very intense build. Very complicated one, though. And it's always harder when you want to scale up. Okay, so this is one more place where I cannot run now. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to call this good for the sake of my own sanity. And formaldehyde is over there. It's kind of unfortunate. Let's just come up here. We'll hook it up right now. Oh, and I've got to remember that I've clipped propene right there. I have to put that back on. And that's beacon space. Oh, wait, I can't, can I? Oh, I can right there. Oh, it's beautiful. That was always part of the plan. Don't worry about it. God, this is ugly. Just stop doing what you're doing. Stop being like you. Be someone else, please. Great. Formaldehyde in line. Resorcinol right there. Limestone coming in. Okay, so let's get a whale on this. Limestone starts at the bottom, right? And you get 2, and you're always just bringing in limestone. Limestone. Great. And then in. Perfect. And then we do pretty much the same thing right here. Only it's going to be less perfect. There we go. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Hydroxide. Right there. And then melamine resin. Right there. And I'm going to clip you guys. So good. I'm committing now if I actually do this. We're going to do 3 things. Limestone, melamine, and melamine resin, and hydroxide. Great. Okay, so the materials are now in. I'm assuming they all stack to the same amount. Let's program the whale then. What are our ratios? It's not much, right? Oh, maybe it is. 10 sodium hydroxide. So our number is 12, followed by 5. Our number is 17. So this is going to be a busy whale. Maybe that's the downfall of all this. Travel time to pick stuff up and drop stuff up. Oh, well, that's fine. Number is 17. So come over here. 9,000 divided by 17. Number is going to be 500, guys. So whale, come here. Add interrupt, whale hungry. I want you to go get sodium hydroxide, which is right there. And I want you to load item in Kill Caravan has hydroxide. Right there, and that's 5,000, right? And then I want you to go get limestone. You should probably do that. And then limestone is 5, I think. Load items until caravan has limestone in quantity 2,500. And then we want melamine resin, which is probably in the 5 stacks, right? Yeah, right there. Load items until caravan has melamine resin. That's 1,000, right? And that's 8,500. Yeah, it's a bit of a waste. Let's verify our ratios again. 2 to 10, and then 5. Yeah, I did that right. And it's not going to work very well until I get the Mark II furnaces in. And that's just a problem. I want circuit condition. And then unload until target, unload until target, unload until target. And that is comparator equals go. Hydroxide right there. Resin right there. Limestone. Fiddly to hook up, but it works. 5,000, 1,000, 2,500. All right, here you go, Mr. Whale. There is a whale drop. Off you go. It shouldn't take it that long to bring in the raw materials. Oh, we're going to have to find a place to put water. Do I want to pull this over by one more to make a better via? I think the answer is yes. Always make a better via when you can. All right, right there. And then we'll just stick this right there. Right there. Okay. All right, so this is coming together. And now we have to polish it off over here. How to do. It looks kind of obvious that this is the pattern, but this pattern doesn't mean anything because it's a liquid. Can we put you all in line somehow? Where do we put the beacons here? Probably in the middle. So we do this, right? And then a beacon goes in the middle. Yeah. And then this is the finished product. Well, no, that doesn't quite work. It almost works. It's like right here. And we're doing this. We don't really need stack inserters, but we do need beacon space. So if we line this up right here, is this going to fit? Are you going to fit? If I brought it over by 2 more, I could. Or I could just bring it right here. And that's really tidy, I have to say. And I want to put 5 apart here, I think. So, something like this. And that looks a little rough in the center here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's more than a little rough. So that's proper. And that building's real low right there. But it's also ore. Even more ore. Yeah, this is the way to go. That's the ticket. And we don't even have a belt. We just insert like so. That's nice. Okay. I'm really enthusiastic about this build. Yeah, that's just nice. This works, and then you guys can come down by one, and it's going to be very, very tidy. It's lined up real sharp right there. Looks like we're put together. Then stack, and then stack, and then stack, and then stack. And then H, and then H. And then we will bring in acetone up here. Oh, we got to trim all these. Here, hold on a second. Right there, right there, right there. And this will be an absolute pleasure to watch run. Who thinks this is going to work right? Who thinks this is going to work exactly like I predict right here? Who thinks there's going to be a giant disaster in a moment? Well, you people that calling for disaster, you're traitors. Ah, right there, right there. And that just ruined everything, didn't I? All right. Fix it up. Fix it up, monkey. Okay, right there, right there. I didn't even... Okay, yes I did. Right there. Okay, that did good. All right, now we do this. There, and there, and there, and that leaves plenty of room for beacons later on. Then I want a big V and a big V, because we come here and we just split this apart. Just like that. And that's all you need. And then you just... There's beacon space in the middle. Not really, right? 1, 2, 3. No. I have to do something else with beacons here. Move that by 1, move this down by 1. So it has to look a lot less sharp, but I could do it. So I guess I gotta, right? Or pull it over. No, there's no room. And so that honestly looks a little derpy. How can we avoid this, friends? How can we have a more aesthetically pleasing situation? Well, this could be pulled over more. Like pulled over all the way, and then we'd be able to do that and put beacons right here. That requires us to readjust all this stuff, which I can do. Don't get me wrong. All right, I guess we're doing it right in the name of beauty. There is no such thing as excess in the name of beauty. Right there, right there, right there, right there. And then we just do something else, you know? I don't know where acetone is coming from. We're just going to leave that a hanging question for right now. But I do know the aerogel will come from the bottom. So this just gets drugged down, and then right here. And then right here. Okay, so this gets trimmed, and that gets trimmed. And this gets trimmed. Then we solve a geometry puzzle right here. And that all gets hooked up. It's a little ugly right there, but that's very minor ugliness. It's just pipe plug, and we have room for all the beacon we need right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I think. Oh no, it's only 4. All right. It's 5. It is now 5. I declare it so. This really does just call for a chest, right? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. We can do that. That's all right. That looks nice. Let's wire this up and turn this on. I gotta see this machine go. We spent too much time working on this. Not that we're really counting the hours that we enjoy. That is a surefire path to misery. However, I am totally aware that I could probably be going a little faster if I was just a teensy-weensy bit less fussy. So let's haul this together, and we're definitely going up. We got to go find our acetone. And I think we go this way, and then we have this nice gutter right here that we can plug in wherever the acetone might fall. So it's going to fall right here. If we come all the way down, oh, perfect, right? Perfect. All right, so acetone in, just need the gel. I think we're almost ready to turn this on, right? We need to go get another pack of centrifuges, but I think that's it. Okay, good. More than an hour on this. Really fussed with it hard. Feeling great. Feeling more happier about doing this than I was doing the tin line. Doing all the refining stacks is honestly starting to wear on me a little bit. But did something fun and new, and then we will wrap it up by making Sub-Denier, and then we will also make Filtration Media, and that's where I'll call it today. I'm going to get that far. I'm going to do it. Oh, we also have to get water and tailings out. So we're not even done here. Then we have to wire this all up. Maybe I'm not going to get to Filtration Media today, which I suppose I won't cry about. It needs very little water. So this shall be a water line, I suppose. That is most natural. Making the path of tailings clear. Even though tailings themselves are not clear, they are murky. And then right there. And this really is an abuse of underground pipes, but whatever. They're free, right? And now we have to just find a local tailings waste line and dump in. And I am not sure where we're going to find that. So let's just take a little survey, right? Do you make tailings at all? This seems kind of like it would be your thing. Problem is, if this pipe was tailings, I wouldn't be able to tell because Fluid 2.0 ripped the readability right out of the system. But I'm not bitter about it. No, not at all. I don't think we have a tailings line around here. It's just not natural to us. This is all processing. So the question is, where is closest? And I don't even know how I would look that up. Like, there's no search for components of recipes. And we don't make tailings. Tailings are something that happens to us. Like, not here. It's so clean. Everything is so clean and pretty. Yeah, still not seeing anything. So maybe I just drag west. And if I duplicate an effort a little bit, well, such is the cost of factory, yes? Okay, we're going to go the other way. All right, tailings coming in. I know you exist. Tailings line. Right there, and it comes down. So maybe we should head west and south. Okay, that hangs up here. Then you keep going south. Then okay, right here, this is the line we're going to want. We want to tap into this. And it jukes for some reason. I have no idea why it jukes right there. That actually looks like a pretty big problem. Or maybe that's just meeting this line. It's kind of weird. All right, so we have tailings right here in the, what is this? Processed fatty acid area. Oh, and it's right there. I go on this big adventure trying to find where tailings out is going to be, and it's just right there, guys. It's right there, dude. It's right there. If you just open, guys, it's right there. Does he see it? He doesn't see it. Why doesn't he see it? It's right there. Okay, we're going to turn this machine on. We are enjoying ourselves too much today. This is excessive and questionable. All right, so hooked up. Machine go. For better or for worse. I want to see the power draw. We're not going to see them all kick on because these are only Mark 1s, but okay, there we go. Light up my life, friends. Okay, right there. Making the Rescorinol. Making the RF gel. RF gel is getting into the hands. That whale is going to go get more material. It's going to be really interesting to see if it's going to run out by the time the whale gets here. We'll find out. It's backing up at the moment. That's because it's moving at the speed of Mark 1, and that's sad. Stack inserters, always the best. One of the many reasons why stack inserters are the best is because they naturally leave space for beacons, because they are so big. So that's good. Yeah, this is of course going at half speed because Mark 1's very sad. Eventually though, okay, maybe eventually. This might take some time, right? I'm glad I built this so big. I'm glad it worked out so well. Look at this. This is so very tidy. This is a triumph of human ingenuity. I wonder why that one is behind and this one, these are in front. I wonder why. I have no idea why. Okay, so we're not going to see the power just leap up fully with all of these turning on. That's half the reason why I'm here. Oh, 50 gigawatts. Nice. All right, anytime, guys. I'm really kind of on a clock here. Ah, good. Didn't run out by the time the whale got back. Of course, it's going to be being used as twice as much once this goes. And then once I start beaking it up, can be prodded too. Oh, every step can be prodded? Oh. Maybe maybe there'll be a better ratio later on. There's no shame in rebuilding, right? Maybe this can do twice as many. Just this setup with productivity. We'll see. Why are none of you ready? 15, 14, come on guys. Let's go. I really gotta see this going. Chop, chop. This, unfortunately, is the downside of the stack inserter. All right. Okay, are you ready? There we go. Here we go. The clear RF gel? No, just the RF gel. There we go. Spinny, spinny. And we can see a leap already. And there we go. And we can see a leap already. All right, it's just making a little here. Oh, more turning on. Yep. And there's the clear RF gel, and it immediately gets stuck in the splitter. Great. Great work, guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing, right? Okay, let's turn this on. It's 2 beacons, as I recall. Where are you? Beacon number 1 and beacon number 2. Oh, maybe I should not do that. Like you're a big one and you're a 4/4, right? Oh, maybe not. 1/4. But that's not good. So it's 2/5. There we go. All right, that's going. Wash is going. The clear gel is flowing. Aerogel gonna get in eventually. Anyway, where are we at? We're at using tons of power a clock. Here, have that. And have that. and just thunk. Nice. We're still using a bunch of power here, and we're going to be using a bunch more. But that's pretty good. Yeah, it's at its limit. All right, great. Have we made any aerogel? We have, right there, aerogel. And again, this is not fully going yet because, well, you can see it right here that only the first 2 ranks are going and the last 2 are not going because we're bottlenecked on Resorcanol, and that's because we just don't have it. We don't have the Mark II buildings yet. But aerogel, ho. And all of these are just 2 soaked yet. No, each one of these splits into 2, huh? All right, well, good. Aerogel. All right, aerogel is important, but not that important. So I think it's only going to get a single up here. Oh, I shouldn't walk around with efficiency modules, I guess. It's gonna efficiency me. Okay, so what we want is to find a place for aerogel. And I'm not sure where we would put that, just cognitively. Yeah, I have no idea where this would go. So it just goes right here. Right there. And you get wired in. And there you go. And so aerogel, whale, come here. This would probably be a caravan, right? Let's not. Let's just use a whale for dignity. Come over here to Aerogel Central. I want you to fill your cargo and add destination right here, and I want you to empty that cargo. There you go. I need a bit more whale food. Off you go. Now we need another thing. Dinosaur, come here. Dinosaur hungry. Come here, fill your cargo, add destination, and you take this over to the line. Another new material in, and I need you to empty your cargo. This has to be governed at probably 1,000. Because why not? There's no reason to get out of bed for anything less than 1,000 nowadays. All right, and here's a dinosaur snack. Off you go. And where are we at? Hour and 20 minutes. I've got time to keep going. Maybe I'll get to filtration media, especially if I play a little longer, you know? All right, then into the alarm building. And we did the top right corner of the 3rd tier. You are aerogel. Right there. Great. All right, so we have done a good thing, I think. We have done a thing, I think. And let's look at it again. Now that we have lots of aerogel coming in, why have we stopped? Why have we stopped? Because we have all the ingredients in right here. And we're spinning. Water's still in. Tailings are not getting out. Okay, that's why we've stopped. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. And all of you saw me do that, and none of you said anything. All of you, vile betrayers. Okay, all right. This is not what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Okay, so first we have to copy. And we have to put that right there. And now we have to pay the penalty, which is pumps. Do I have any? Yes. This is going to do tailings. I could just flush it. I could, but I said that very mean thing to you. I called you a betrayer. That's just not nice. All right, so now we're good. And then it's ready to go at any time, and you don't have any tailings in you, so good. All right, so great. All right, you didn't betray me. It was really more of a playful little backstab. And there we go. Now we're moving forward again. Yes, I understand it's just some people's love language. It's strange that this isn't keeping up. You know? That backing up at all. Strange. I wouldn't think it would do that. Unless it was releasing some that was just held up and it couldn't complete. So we just got hit by a double wave, which I think is what we were actually looking at here. All right, plenty of aerogel being made. Let's look at a graph for funsies. Aerogel. Yep, we're making more aerogel. We were making it like 10 a minute before. Yeah, 10 a minute. And then we look at now, we're at 180 a minute. That's a lot more. And what can we do with this stuff again? Why do we do this? What happened? We can make all these buildings. We can make Sub-Denier. We can make carbon aerogel eventually, which is used in even more things. That's an aerogel upgrade, which really should be done here, but I'm not doing here. It could be done here or in the quartz line. It doesn't really matter. Probably do it in the quartz line. Anyway, don't think about any of this. Think about this. Just close your eyes and move forward. We are going to do right here, I think. And then we will steal some aerogel and move it over, and that's how this gets in. All right. And we want to steal it and go down. We want to steal it and go over. Where are we in the world? That intrudes in like fluid. We've already intruded in fluid processing, honestly. So we should do it less. All right. Give me this. Right here. Right here. We are going to make Sub-Denier. What are you used for? Sub-Deny. Deny. Sub-Deny. What is that? Deny. What is that thing? Subdermal? What is microfiber? How about that? Subspace denier microfiber. Got it. You're using a bunch of stuff. So one line, and then it makes a lot of biofilm. That's nice. One line, and then we do filtration in this block as well. Okay. That's just a automated factory, right? No, it's a nano factory, isn't it? Ooh, I should have looked at that, and then I didn't. Sub-Deny. No, nanomaterial factory. All right, so we're going to need to bring in microfiber, and that's it. And let's just get our fluids in right now. So give me this and this and that and that. Only the other way, of course. I want Arcolin. Yeah, right there. I don't even know what this is. Never even heard of it. Never even looked into it. And the other thing is, I've already forgotten. Sub-Deny, Arcolin, and ammonia. Ammonia, right there. Bring it to me, boys. Now, what I need is a whole bunch of nanomachine factories. Nanomachines. The mem that will die, but for right now it's not dead. Not so long. Okay, that's fine. Not so long as I can speak it into the world and inflict it upon others. There we go. That's probably enough, I think. Maybe I'll have to come back for more. It's a simple transformation, but I don't think I need that much of this stuff. We'll examine this again. All right, so right here. And we're going to need a input, of course. It's a little far south, I think. Right there, something like that. Don't let one block influence another. Not too much, at least. All right, so we'll bring in the aerogel right there. And then just one line of this, I guess. How fast are you? 2 lines of this? Sub-Denier. You make 0.2 a second. That's not great. And you use this for how much? Not a huge amount. I guess this has to go on the belt as well. That's all right. That's fine. That looks nice, but I don't have it. So I guess I use 2 lines here. We do make a major factory out of it. Just like normal. So here, everyone just shift around a bit. So we have 2 materials in. We're just going to do a single line because you're slow. And we'll put it in right here, and it'll be something like this, right? Very normal. And then the aerogel will come over, and then it'll be in and in, in and in, and copy, and then paste. And it'll come across like so. And then in and in. And you are going to be aerogel. How does it get out? Well, on the back, I guess. In the center. Well, that doesn't do anything at all, does it? Snake belt would be nice here, but it doesn't leave any room for beacons. So, no, I guess. Could do hug. Well, there's no getting away from 2 belts, I guess. So, like that, like that. And then out there. Just don't think, just build. I've thought enough for today. And frankly, I didn't enjoy any of it. Like that and like that. And then you guys obviously have to be up in the correct spot. Right there. Hello, Mr. Whale. And we have beacon space in the center, and everything's great. Nice, simple, standard transformation here. Yeah. And we'll come down and around, and we'll figure things out. Okay, so we'll put whatever it needs right here. And then we'll bring in the aerogel, and it'll come in and meet right there. And we can bring it in by 1. Then right here, and then right there. And then that doesn't even do it. Very sad. There, nice and square. Oh, and it doesn't even, oh man. So close to brilliance, and yet so far away. Yeah, and this will be right there, and then we'll have Arcolin be in the center. Acrolin, not Arcolin. And then, yeah, ammonia on the outside. Okay, that's a good bit. This is fine. This will work. And then we'll probably get to filtration media today, right? This isn't going to take so long. And I'll push myself to do it, even if the episode goes a little long. H, please. There we go. How are we doing on bot power? Close to needing a refill. So this is still not where I need it to be. It's not connected right, but whatever. No, fix it, fix it, fix it now. And then clip that. Okay, good. We have a plan. So we do this as much as possible. We have to remember to leave a via. Right there, and then our via will be right here. Guess we leave a high quality via. Oh no, wait a second, we have to have an out. And so that has to go like right here, right? In order to preserve symmetry. So I get to put in one more of these, I guess. And there's the via right there. All right, this is acceptable. And then this guy will come over and will come down and in you go. And we'll do the exact same thing. We will revel in symmetry like so. And then you're in and you're in. And there's Sub-Denier right there. Power. Okay. So great. Just gotta have to hook this up then, right? First off, we need to go get microfiber. Whale, get out here. Whale hungry. Oh, I don't have any whale food. Add destination. Microfiber is in a line on the singles block, right? Is that you? I think that's you. Yeah, right there. And I want you to come here. And I want you to empty that cargo. I have no incentive for you. No whale treats. And you haven't even gotten fed yet. Right, you. Half your whale treats to me. You. Half your whale treats to me. This is a mugging. This is like the opposite of Halloween. All right there and into the whale. Go and get it. And we're going to clip that right there for the moment. We're going to break our symmetry a little bit. I mean, we're going to break our symmetry a lot a bit. And then this guy is going to come here and going to go over here. All right? Really nice. It doesn't save a whale. It's just very Factorio, you know? And right there. All right. That's kind of perfect. That's that and that and that and that. And now all we need is to hook up all this stuff. And obviously this gets trimmed for the south. And then we will put together a connective mushroom down here. Like, this isn't going to go anywhere. Actually, we're going to do the ammonia connector first, because I think there's a natural synergy here. Especially if I time this correctly. There. And then right here. Guess we didn't need to do that, huh? So just right here. Then right there. And just hook right in, right? There we go. There. Ammonia is in. And now we need Arcolin. Acrylin. I gotta stop doing that. And I guess this would be most compact. But it's gonna lead to problems over here. I choose beauty over compactness. May beauty be my shield. And right here. There. We're ready to go. Already. That's not quite ready right there. All right, turn it up. Let's go. And it springs to life. Oh, wait, these guys aren't filtered. Aerogel. And then you are microfiber. And then right there, bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 and then bong. All right, so we're low on aerogel. That's kind of expected, right? And it's going to be like that for a while. This eats 0.2 aerogel a second. Oh, I probably should have thought about that, right? Because this produces like 3 a second. That's where we're at right about now. So maybe we can support this. Yeah, we can support this. All right, that's good to know. So are we done? Are we making this stuff? Is this working? Are we good? I mean, these buildings do not look good enough when they're moving. I mean, I like the actual scene movement here. However, it's not big enough. There needs to be like mega glow coming off them, so it's really obvious that it's going. Like, or this hex. No. No, you have to go with that movement. The movement is the core right there, and it's not enough. Oh, and we can prod this? That would be fantastic. I've been holding off on doing stuff like prodding. All right, so we have Sub-Denier. We are 100% going to get to Filtration Media today. I've been holding off on prod on one hand because I should be building big enough where I don't need it, and the other hand, I don't want to go around having to re-prod things with better prod modules later on. This is not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be up here by Aerogel. And Sub-Denier Microfiber honestly belongs next to Microfiber, which I guess means right here, closest to Microfiber. But we can't put anything there because of the that. All right, so I guess we just go here, you know, closest to Microfiber. And then we will link this in right here. And then like that, like that, like that. Oh, soda. Lovely. When do I have soda? Oh, that's the provider. Right, got it. Whale, come and do my bidding. Whale hungry. Then I want you to go down to the new thing we just did right here. And I want you to fill your cargo. Then I want you to come up here and I want you to empty that cargo. Can you do this, Mr. Whale? Go and do it. All right, now this stuff, Sub-Denier. What did I just do right there? Where's that going? Oh, I put it in my trash, right? I hit a different button. All right there. That's what I wanted. You are used in all sorts of stuff, including this, and that's used in this stuff. So I guess you do have to go on the belt. I mean, it's only like 5 buildings, but whatever. There's no problem putting more material on the belt right now. Dinosaur hungry. Add destination right here. Fill that cargo. Add destination. And we have officially filled up the fountain, the sushi belt provider area for all of this. All of it. You go right there, and now you empty that cargo. And let's hope this is wired up correctly, right? And it's not just going to go forever. Right? You got to go another 1,000, right? Sure. Go and do it. Okay. Here. Have a dino cookie. Off you go. All right. Next up is just making filtration media. Oh, and it's going to actually be hard, isn't it? Because it's not a simple thing. Because we need to get cellulose. It actually is going to require thought. Oh, man, I don't want to do that. So we have to confront cellulose right here. And cellulose is done in a bunch of different recipes. And I think the one we have access to right now is this, right? So we need pulp mills, and then we have to figure out this, and we have to only make it in, then we have to have a disposal area. So yeah, this is going to be a longer episode. Just like yesterday was a longer episode, but that was just because of chaos, mind. This is a long episode for an entirely different reason. That I took too much time earlier. So pulp mill me. Need a bunch of these actually. They're small and they get shoved in great quantity. All right, let's do this. Okay, let's try to get out of here and try to do this. And so the rest of this block is essentially just going to be making the amount of cellulose to power however much. Oh, wow. I didn't leave myself a whole lot of space. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So this is actually going to be quite tricky. It's going to be a small installation for right now. So we have cellulose material in. Maybe we do it all in one. Then we have filtration media out. And this is going to be 1, maybe 2 automated factories. All right, you are filtration. And you're doing this. It's the first good one. And you need 3 cellulose a second. Okay. Let's see what it takes to do that. Where are you, pulp mill? Mr. Pulp Mill, you are an awkward size. I want you to make cellulose for me out of these materials. This is the best way to make cellulose, right? Let's look. There's a lot of ways. Like there's no way I'm doing that, right? Because the only way to get leaves is to leaves decay, so it's another decay product. And that's primitive. That's good. And this is most primitive. Yeah, most primitive to slightly better to this is peak cellulose right here. Okay, gotcha. And you produce it 2 a second. So, okay. So here we have a unit, and we're going to have to regulate this. Then everything else comes in. So we can probably handle 4 of these going at once. Maybe. It's a lot of material in. So we could probably do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could likely make this work, right? This seems like it has potential. And then, just looking ahead, of course, thinking like this. This looks like something that should be possible, right? So we're going to get the sub-denier right there. We're going to have these guys come in. And so the problem is there's a lot of belt material in. So if we have just one, this is going to be a snake belt. It has to be. So I could do a double snake belt on the outside, but it's going to be hard to flip around. I can do it though. 2 snake belts on the outside, and that'll give 4 materials in. But how do I get the last material in? I guess what I do is then a big H. 1, 2, 3. And then the sub-denier comes up the middle. Then we can center this like this. So sub-denier comes up here, and you're not going to get blue hands and not a stack inserter. And then we have beacon space right here, and this is the grand out. Beacon space in the center, the grand out in the center. Yeah, and then you head into there, and that's final victory. So we do this. And then blue hands right there, and that leaves space. And then we do a double, we have more than that. We need a double snake belt for this. But you just need a single belt. So if we do something like a single belt, like this, and then we leap right here, and then it comes right here, and that gets that material in. But if we have, okay, the double snake belt thing is a problem. So. because we also have to have vents for decay products coming out of here. So we're getting too dense. We are way too dense right now. I think I need a soda. Okay, we're going to redo this. We are going to get this done today, though. All right, soda obtained. Let's try this again. Okay, you're going to be a little different. How we do this? And there's good news and bad news about this configuration. Good news is by putting connections in the middle here, we are eliminating one physical in, which I wasn't taking into account before. Bad news is we have to deal with decay products. I guess. All right, so up here, if we're going to bring everything in up here, which we really shouldn't. Like, this just screams do this, right? This looks like a really good idea to begin in the end. And then that'll bring in both that stuff. And then we're going to have to deal with decay products. Okay. And so where does the beacon go? The beacon goes right here, I guess. We can move this a little more in, and beacon can go right here too. Okay, great. This can be prodded. Everything can be prodded and sped. It'll be fine. Okay, it'll be fine. I say. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 products to come on the outside. And we're going to have all products come on the inside, which is to say filtration media and decay products. So if we bring everything in one whale, because why not? Actually, we could probably do 2 whales, right? That's probably more tidy. 1 whale here, 1 whale here. Maybe a little farther south. 1, 2. Yeah. And then this whale will handle cellulose concerns. Why am I looking at this and it looks weird? Because it's wrong, that's why. You gotta come up. Alright, so this will handle cellulose concerns. This one, and then this will handle filtration concerns. So that means, or I could do the opposite. No, well, maybe, because I have to bring the sub-denier out from up here and then up and over. Here, let's see how it'll look. Gotta move quick. It's already late. I mean, I don't really... Like, the axe isn't gonna fall if I take a long time, but I really should try to be efficient with my time, right? And you go right here. And then it'll be reversed at some point. So just pretend one of these will be reversed. Which one, I don't know. And so this will get this out, and it'll snake around, and it'll leap right here, and it'll come over, and then this will have right here. Honestly, I like that better. It'll make it tidier all around. 1, 2. All right, so, okay, decisions are made. We're still not done yet, though, because, as I mentioned, we do not have an out for waste. Well, waste products right here come out right here. And so I guess what we have to do is concentrate all of the biocrud, which we might be making, onto that line. So I guess we pull it back some. Then we do this. And this certainly looks like it has intentionality behind it. All right, so obviously it's like this and like this. And you are filtered for raw fiber. Raw fiber right there. And you are filtered for hydroxide. Hydroxide. sodium. Okay, great. And then this goes right there, and then you go right there, and you go right there, and then this gets clipped, and it no longer happens. But we also have waste product of, I'll use smart grabbing. Waste product of crud. Crude. Okay. I was like, what's using the word crud? All right, and so now the question is, where does the beacon go? And I guess the beacon, I don't know. Maybe the crud has to come out in the north. Maybe the beacons go in the north for the cellulose, because it can then work that way. Okay, that makes sense to me. And so this goes like this, and this goes like this, and just everything goes on this belt. And then we're going to have a filter at the end. So right here, we're going to have like this. And then where's the beacon go? We all see where the beacon goes. Right there. Okay, that works. And so you are crud, and you are filtration media. And I'm kind of worried about the ability to disgorge, because this is making 13 a second, and this is already at limit there. But, all right, 13 a second is pretty good, especially since we're going to have a few of these, right? Okay, so this is complete, yes? Material in, product out, waste product out. Now, the only problem is we have to wire this all up, and we're going to wire it at these guys. Oh, it doesn't fit here. Let's put in power lines now. All right, so what we have to do is wire up all these guys, and these guys only pick up when there is space to put something out. We need to put a special buffer somewhere. You'll see what I mean. And then don't leap it. Only have one across. Have faith. All right, so now you are enabled only when filtration media is less than, we're going to call it 1,000. Filtration media is less than 1,000. Yeah, that makes sense, I think. And then, oh wait, don't do that. Filtration media less than 1,000. It's going to be so thrilling to see how this is going to break soon, because there's just no way it's going to be keeping going, right? Is this how I want to do it? I think it is. Anyway, here, copy and paste. And then right there, and then right there. Okay. Filtration media less than 1,000. And we have to do something with the biocrud, unfortunately. So maybe this has to slide up, and we have to bring a composter in, and we have to trash it all right in here. We'll see if we have space. Okay, move forward, my friends. So like so. Oh, we're not quite finished. So if that is handling internal lines, that's probably where that needs to be. If we're leaving a via, oh. I guess we're leaving vias right there. All right, and this is the main setup. Okay, right. So it's going to come up and around and down. No, it's going to come out right here and then up, and then it's going to jump over this. So and then we're going to have microfiber coming around here and then in. Here, let's try to bring this out. That's there. That's there. There's only 3 materials in. So I guess what we need to do is something like this. Do we not have enough space? Does the ammonia line really just kind of ruin this plan? Kinda does. Alright. Okay, ammonia line is done differently. That has beauty, but I have needs. So we're going to staple on this side where we have space. Mr. Whale, please don't be in the way. And right there. Now you're hooked up. Okay, great. It's a lot of sub-denier. And then this is hooked up and that is hooked up. Great. You can be scooted over a little bit. And then we have this area right here where we only really need 2. So you can come down, I think. That'll put it on the top. And then what's going to happen over here is I'm going to bring the sub-denier in from right here. It'll be like so and like so. It's going to be a bit crowded, unfortunately. But it will bring in right here. See? Yes, it is very crowded, unfortunately. All right, so you are going to be... What's going on here? Gravel, pure sand. Pure sand. And I messed it up. Pure sand. There, right there. And then activated carbon, I guess. Bang and bang. All right. I didn't actually do this right, huh? So that and that and no. That and that and this and your sub-denier. It's a space. Sub-Denier Microfiber. If I ever run out of raw material, then the cellulose will just go nuts. But if I have a waste disposal area over here, it won't matter very much. It really should be a combination of I have space to put filtration media out, and I have material in. So it really should be a decider combinator. Ugh. All right, here, we're going to do it like this then. E is greater than or equal to 1. And you're the same thing. E greater than or equal to 1. There's a lot more to do here, isn't there? Maybe I don't finish this today. Heretical as that is. Oh, and you guys aren't hooked up. Maybe I finish the rest tomorrow. This is a complicated build, though. It looks neat. Everything I did today looks neat. This is running real good. It's making lots of aerogel. Have you already delivered once? No, I started stealing is what happened. It came right here, and now it's coming into this line. And it's keeping everybody busy. Good. All right, never mind. Don't think about anything. Don't think. Don't think, don't think. All of that is correct. Then I have to make sure it's correct up here too. All right, so what we need to do is leap this thing. It is, in fact, the night of the Lepus. And then, not really sure what we're doing with this. It probably should be centered, because I know we have our decision bricks to go in. Here, decision bricks. And this will determine whether or not we're overflowing or not, to get one of the measurements. And still have lots of space. So that's going to work. Maybe. That's going to work, maybe. All right, so there we go there. Right there. This looks like it's very dense, but it's also really, really good. And then that comes like that. You could probably have done this centered, right? Nah, I don't know. Don't worry about it. And then we have to reverse. Actually, we should definitely do it symmetrical. So like that. Okay. Artisanal care, I tell you. Then a big H. Then cut and a big H. Okay. So, like that and like that. Just kind of look at it, right? It's a little tight right here, and I'm not thrilled with that. But otherwise, we've done good, I think. All right, so why is this a problem? You get clipped, and you get clipped, and you get clipped. All right, now continue to load this up. All right, so make sure I'm doing this right, though. This is the gravel line. That is the inside line. Gravel line, which is the inside line. Which means I have to H this. Okay, good. Now that works. All right. Now that's all wired up. Everyone knows their roles. Everyone knows what they're doing. That goes in there. That goes in there. That comes out. The only thing we're missing is now, what do we do with the biocrud? Filters. Yeah, wait a second. We are kind of not right in that regard, right? Because what we need is a vent right there and then a composter. And do we have a composter on us? No. All right. We're going to finish this. We're going to get to the end. I know we're over time. I know we're spending too much time doing our fun little hobby right here. But I will get to this next goal, and then I will wrap. Give me a composter. Please. Thank you. Give me a whole stack of 10 composters. They're used more often than you think. So up here, down here, down right here, actually. We have to shove one of these things in. Oh no, they're enormous. Oh, working with these things sucks. What do we do with this then? I guess we just collect the biocrud because we can't process it on site. Okay, that's acceptable. We just stick a caravan outpost right here. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And then we can only, how do I do that? Okay, I see. I think I see. What we'll do here, this is very ugly what I'm doing right now. Output to the crud, biocrud. This really needs to have more space associated with it. But I don't have any available. Well, we're going to move everything back by one. everything here. Back by 1, please. Then you go back by 1. And I don't like going this close to the walkway, but we have plenty of places further in. And this is still not good, but it's better. All right, there we go. And we'll just ship the biocrud out for reprocessing. We won't zero it out right here. Okay. Okay, I think we're ready to go. I think this is good. I think we can do this. We have to finish this off. That's fine. Bang, 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 something like this. And this will be a complicated machine, but a rewarding one, right? Do I loop it? I can't loop it. How do I get this down there in an elegant fashion? Because I can do this. And I can do this. Oh, but that's ugly. That is so ugly. If I just had a little more space, I could make this good. I'm suddenly worried about the transparency of it, but all right. Okay, fine. You win. I do it this way. All right. Now we actually have to do the math. We need a decider combinator right here. Mr. Decider Combinator shall be the decider for everything. So hook up in, and then we actually have to get information on actually we should do not what I just did. Information in is green line. Instructions out is red line. There we go. We're all in the same red, and that is part of it. And there's a few other things that are a part of it. What I need is to measure this point with green. Then I have to measure this point. Enable. So I should only start it when I have. No, we should read the belt contents. Hold an all belt. And say whenever there's like 200 on this belt, I should go. Something like that. But then what if it's over here? Oh. Maybe that isn't what we need. How do we measure having sub-denier? Could measure from here and say if there's 200 here. If there is anything at this point, go. But that means it would have to wait to fill up. But then it would actually be sure. So let's do that. It's going to be a longer ramp up time. Just hold on this belt. There has to be like 8 on this belt, and then it will turn everything on. Or 16 on this belt. It's so hard to say. Maybe instead we do this then. We do something semi-official. We put a box here. And then you're going to be limited to 200. The bigger buffer will cycle slower. There we go. And that's yet another buffer, and we'll read off of that. So there is one in. Oh, nice. Tech happened. So research upgrade, that's all to just get better PySci 4, right? Don't pay attention to it. Here, research, laser turret. It doesn't actually... Oh, there's an upgrade on the other side of that. That's probably a big one. So now we have to finally make the decision, right? All right, so all of the information is coming across to here. And what we want is to add condition. You're going to be ands. Sub-Denier. And pure sand. And activated carbon. And gravel. And what's the last thing? No, that's it. It really is just it. All right, so it's these four things. No, and filtration media. Filtration media. Filtration media less than 1,000 because we're reading these intermediate boxes right here. And maybe it's less than 2,000 because there's two of them. And that leaves space to that. So that what's going to happen is these hands will shut off and they will no longer load into cellulose, but everything else is going to keep going and keep rotting. And so eventually, maybe I'm struggling too hard here. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. We only want these hands to turn on when there's demand, and there's only demand when it can be put somewhere. So when this gets too full, stop, but not all the way full, because what is in progress still needs to come into a box somewhere. So that's how that works. And then it has to be over and over and over and over. As 100, 100, 100, and 100. It's not going to be exact because there's always going to be trailing units moving back and forth, but it's going to be pretty close. And then when this goes, I want you to output E equals 1. And all this is E is greater than 1. Okay, never mind. Output, oh no, equals 2. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. E will equal 2. And then all this will turn on. When all the ingredients are ready, cellulose will start flowing. And then this makes it in lots of 2. This eats it in lots of not 2. So there's always going to be some rotting out. And so it'll come here, flow down, and then we'll dunk it into the recycling bin. All right, we are almost ready to go. It's time for some whales. I need this and this. Probably should have done this before. Thank you, Mr. Whale. All right, so this guy right here, you are going to need these 3 things. And I'm beginning to think I probably should have had split these up. We'll see. 25 and gravel stacks to 200, right? I think. Gravel, where are you? Gravel. Gravel stacks to 200. Pure sand stacks to 200. All right, so that's not so bad. So our number is 55 divided by 2. No, 55, 65. 65 divided by 2 is 33. 33 is not a great number. So 9,000 divided by 33. And we're going to say 9,000 divided by 30. 300. Our number is 300. Whale, come here. I need you to whale hungry. I need you to go get a ton of stuff. Probably weighs literal tons. Fill cart. No. Load items until caravan has gravel less than. It's 300. I gotta look at the recipe again. I think it's 7,500. and then 30 pure sand. And then I want you to go at pure sand, which is in the earth line right there. At least it's a fast paper route. Load items, and I want you to get pure sand, and then times 30. It's 9,000. I need you to go get activated carbon, which I don't know where that is. Is that, it's probably in here, right? I do not see you activated carbon. That's rubber. This all kind of looks like what I need, but it isn't what I need. I wonder if it's out. No, it's not broadcasting out at least. Are you a... Oh, it's right there. Activated carbon. Load items until caravan has carbon times 300, and it's only 3 of them, right? Is it 900? I gotta check again. It's too late, getting tired. Oh, I need 10. I need 3,000. Wow. Are you gonna be able to hold this up? 3,000. No, 300. What am I doing? No, wait. What am I doing? It's times 10. So yes, it is 3,000. This isn't possible, is it? So that's going to fill up this much. And that's going to fill up this much. This isn't going to fit. So, okay, let's try again. Our number is 15, 25, 30, 30 some. Our number is 30. But by going down, I did the bad thing. All right, the number is instead 35. Oopsie. Oopsie doodles, everyone. Our number is 250. Okay, so that's different. 250 times 25 is a different number than the number I did before. And that is 2,300. And then it's going to be 30. That's 7,500. And then it's times 10. Even I can do that. Okay, so is this going to work? This is less than the third. This is less than the third. This is less than the third. So yes, this can work. All right, then you come here. Come back. Circuit condition. Unload until target. Unload until target. Unload until target. And this is comparator equals go. Grav pure sand. And this is activated carbon. And then all those numbers we put down right there, we instead put down right here. Yay! 7,500. And then 6,300. Okay. Godspeed. I have no confidence in what's about to happen here. Off you go. All right, so that's hooked up and ready to go. Followed by right here. Here, take this away from me. Take this microfiber. Now we gotta do you. And your ratio is 11. That's not good. So 9,000 divided by 11. Our number is going to be 800, I guess. So it is 800, and that's 8 and 3, which is, again, not great. No, stop. Whale hungry. Add destination sodium hydroxide, which is right there. Load item till caravan has sodium hydroxide in quantity 800 times 3. So that's 2,400, I guess. And then we want, is there a backup? Oh yeah, there is. Then we need raw fiber, which can be found in the processed biological material stack. load item. So Caravan has raw fib, and that's 6,400. That works out. And then come here, and then circuit condition, unload, unload, raw fib, no, comparator equals go, raw fib, and then hydroxide. Right there. Okay, almost done, almost done. And the other one is 2,400. Great, fantastic, excellent work. Go and get that hydroxide and bring it back. All right, so we are almost there. We just have to hook this up now. Hydroxide, fiber. This is the step I wish I could automate away somehow. I can probably do it with complex circuits, but I want it to be dense and efficient. I have to keep thinking about it. Pure sand followed by active carbon. All right, so that should come in and that should be ready. Now, all we have to do over here is we need a janitor dinosaur. Dinosaur hungry, I want you to come here. I want you to fill your cargo. I want you to go to the biocrud waste in, which is right there. And I want you to empty that cargo. And that takes care of that. Yeah, we just need these whales to arrive, which makes me think I should have done this a while ago. You are waiting for... Oh, we've made a mistake. Okay. Do I just live with this mistake? I don't know how I messed this up, but I did. Okay, we live with a inefficient whale. Great. Fantastic work. It probably isn't going to matter. That's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. Yeah, whatever. Don't think about it. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. And then this is all ready, and we're not pulling yet because we don't have material in. We're going to have material in first, which is unfortunate. We'd be able to see it turn on. Maybe if I clip this right now to simulate this being completely empty, we'll be able to see it. All right, you're on your way, and you're on your way. That guy just passed a whale. All right, so here we go. Hydroxide and raw fiber. And now it's not picking anything up. It's not picking anything up because it thinks that this is empty. We're going to let this charge nice and full. There you go. Okay, off you go. And so this is filling up, and we're only missing our cellulose. And the cellulose is not going because I have not ordered it to go. I wonder if this is going to underflow right here. Actually, we're just going to pretend it is. So hook this up now. Suddenly we know we have material. This all springs to life. The decider combinator decides correctly. And it makes a whole bunch of cellulose. And now it's coming in. It's moving. So yeah, there is going to be a lot of rot from having... Oh, look at that. Just like that, it's done. There's going to be a lot of rot from partial recipes being left in here because this is going to fill up real fast. I want to see this rate. Let's see this. Filtration media. Our peak production was previously 400 or so. 400. And now our peak production is... I wonder why it hits up like that. Oh, we've chewed through everything already. So what are we missing at the moment? Oh, activated carbon. I think. No, cellulose. Why have you stopped? Oh, because it doesn't think we have any microfiber, because it needs to fill up here to the point of having 100 in that box. And so we're just buffering up right now. Okay, that's fine. We know the system broadly works. And what to do now is we take this whale hungry fill cargo, and then you drop it in the all-important filtration media input somewhere in here. And then we get to retire a dinosaur, and then we're done. We are actually done for the day. And we took a little too long. We probably should have saved this for tomorrow. But instead I played more Factory. I have no regrets. All right, so we'll check back in on this later. Right now we have to retire a dinosaur. Okay, come on, help me. Oh, okay, stuck. I can't possibly escape. And I just energy drinked again. Help me. I am not in control of my body. Right here, and this dinosaur, if I could focus on myself, your life is different. Be lobotomized. Get in my pants. Right there. All right, perfect. And we don't even have to adjust alarms because the alarms are already there. It is time to recap. It is time to get out of here. We had a much better day than yesterday. We still played a little long. There, that's kind of in. Kinda. Yeah, it's totally in. All right. Recap time, my friends. First we zoom in. We kind of line it up. Kind of like that. Come to the center-ish. Kind of like that. We pull all the way back. Right about there. And that's perfect. Doesn't even need adjusting. Print screen. All right. Let's talk about what we did today. I took a break from adding ever more refining stacks. The trauma of the tin was just crippling to me. And so today I went over and we did some intermediate factory stuff. I spent way too long and had way too much fun building out a very dense aerogel city block right here. But this stuff is pumping it out right now. And it's going to be very important later for low density material and for blue buildings and for lots of stuff. So that's good. But more immediately, I can turn it into Sub-Denier Microfiber right there, and in there into really good filtration media for the factory. This means I no longer have to import filtration media, which is one more strand from the south factory to the north, severed. So excellent, right? Next episode, starting on chromium. Chromium, zinc, nexalit, niobium, molybdenum, antimony, uranium, kimberlite. That might be it. I might do kimberlite earlier because I want to see how it looks. It's one of the new things, you know. Anyway, I have played too long. Thank you for riding along with me. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.